Hi everybody, it's me Adele and welcome to my channel Sofa Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey. Welcome back if you're a regular viewer, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog and consider subscribing. So welcome to this week's Friday Sews, where I talk to you about what I've been up to in the world of sewing and what my plans are for the week ahead. So I hope that sounds of interest to you. So before I kick off, I'll talk to you about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Spring in London top, which is an off-the-shoulder knit top from Seasons of East, and as you know, I am a massive fan of Seasons of East and have two of their patterns, my favourite being the Summer in New York dress. I'm very excited to see what their Autumn in New York pattern is going to be, so I'm hoping that that will be launched quite soon. I know they're going to be at the Knitting and Stitching show at Ali Pali, and I'm hoping that's where they'll probably launch it. Hoping so anyway. So that's what I'm wearing, and it's quite a recent make, and if you want to know all the details about it, I'll tag the link to the Friday Sews where I talk about making this. But yeah, great pattern, really quick. So what have I been up to this week? Oh my god. Right, first of all, I just need to do a massive apology for why I've been quite quiet. Obviously it was a Dressmakers Ball at the weekend, and I had all these grand plans of getting on Instagram and YouTube. But when I got home on Sunday evening, my husband came down with norovirus, closely followed by my little daughter Alice, who got it on Monday. Then myself and my middle child got it, and also the dog got it as well. So we've all been really poorly this week with norovirus. The only one who hasn't got it is my oldest child, who has a stomach of steel, and touchwood hasn't got it. Yeah, we even passed it on to my ex-husband through one of the children as well, which wasn't the greatest thing, but never mind. So yeah, so I haven't had the energy to do any sewing, to be posting anything on Instagram. I've just been looking after sick kids and a sick me. So I do apologise, but I know some vloggers have done some really good vlogs, so check out Bex's vlog, check out Michelle's vlog. They're great, I'll link them below. If you want to know what I did at the weekend, watch their vlog. Anyway, let me start off by talking about the Dressmakers Ball. So the weekend started with myself and Sarah going to Leicester on Saturday mid-morning. And we met Beck from What Beck Sews, we met Michelle from Sewing Bunny, and we met Katie from Whatever Katie Sews, and Stacey from Notions of a Dressmaker. We met them all for lunch, and it was just so nice. So we had lunch at a lovely little pizza shop. As I'm talking, I'll put photos in at relevant points. So yeah, we had a lovely pizza at this really lovely, unassuming pizza parlour in Leicester. I'll put the name of it in because it was so good. Freshly baked dough, delicious. And yeah, we were just catching up, chatting, and it was really nice because Bex hadn't met a couple of them before. I don't think she'd met Katie, or she'd met Katie, she hadn't met Michelle or Stacey, but she'd gone up the night before, as had Michelle and Stacey and Katie, so she got to catch up with them and meet them in person then. So they'd already kind of connected, and they'd already been fabric shopping as well by the time we got there, which was quite amusing. Now, we then had our lunch, and then we decided to go back for the meet and greet. Now, because me and Sarah hadn't been to Roy's, Sarah was desperate to go to Roy's Material World. Now, I would have been quite happy not to go, but Sarah bullied me into it. I didn't have any plans to buy any fabric, and I was pretty restrained for me. There is some fabric here that I will show you in a minute. So we went to Material World, bought some fabrics, and then got back for the end of the meet and greet, and we kind of missed it really, which was a bit of a shame, but you know, it didn't really matter. We all wanted to go back to our room for a little nap. My room was absolutely immense. It was just gorgeous. I'll put a video, because I definitely took a video of my room. It was like luxury. I was joking that I could just live there because it just had everything I needed, apart from a sewing machine. Oh, this is my room. It's very nice. It's very swish. Look at this. I've got my little lounge area. Got a little kitchen, wardrobe. Big plant. I'm assuming this is a bathroom. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Lovely. God, I wish I could stay here all week. So yeah, we all had a little chill out in our room, and you know, being a mum of 3 children and a dog, having a husband and a busy work life, you know, I really appreciated just having that me time in the room on my own. I didn't share with anybody. I had the room all to myself, and it was just absolute bliss. So then we decided to get ready, and we had to meet at 6:30 in Stacey's room. Stacey's room had a terrace, which we took some amazing photographs on. We had some nibbles and some champagne. I had just apple ties because I don't drink, and it was just really, really lovely. A giggle. We took some great photos, which I'll have put some in, and everyone looked stunning, and I felt lovely in my dress, to be fair. The gold dress worked out. I got lots of compliments on it, and yeah, felt really nice in it. So once we'd had a few nibbles and chats on the terrace, we then headed off to the Dressmakers Ball, and it's literally just round the corner. And it was just amazing. We walked in, and one of the really good things was, one of the pieces of feedback I gave last year was, being a non-drinker, obviously you pay for your ticket price and a welcome drink is on arrival, and I pay the same as somebody who drinks, and everyone was getting Prosecco, whereas I just got an orange juice, which I just really get frustrated that the non-alcoholic option is a kid's drink. I just find orange juice, it's nice, but it's something I have for breakfast, or it's a kid's drink. It's what I used to have when I went to the pub with my mum and dad. So my feedback last year was, you know, it's not really good value when you're a non-drinker, and it also makes you feel excluded as well. People are like looking at you as if, why aren't you drinking and stuff. So I did give feedback that we need to have more grown-up non-alcoholic drinks, and I was so pleasantly surprised to see that they put some elderflower sparkling fizz on, and it was just, I love elderflower. And it was gorgeous. Really enjoyed it, and it looked like I had Prosecco as well, so nobody was looking at me thinking, why isn't she drinking? Not that it matters, but you just, you know, you want to feel like people aren't thinking that about you. So yeah, that was really good that they took on board that feedback, so I really appreciated that. It meant a lot to me. So then we just mingled, and we bumped into lots of people, and I'm sure I'm going to forget people that I bumped into, but I spoke to loads and loads of people, met some people that I hadn't seen for ages. So Nadia, lovely, met her husband as well, and also met Katie from the Little Walking Foot, who is absolutely amazing. If you don't watch her vlog, I'll put it in the links below or up here. She's just so lovely. She's a new dressmaker, and it's just lovely to see her journey, and she's just such good fun. There was Anna from You Got Me in Stitches, had a fabulous dress. Angela, the lovely Angela, was there, who just looks stunning in her Jessica Rabbit dress, and there was also the lovely Aaron from So Little Time. The other piece of feedback that they took on board from last time was, last year it was a bit of a pain, because every time you wanted a drink you had to go downstairs to the bar to get a drink, which was a bit of a pain. So they'd actually put a Prosecco bar on in the actual hall itself, which was really good. I mean, I don't drink, so I was just drinking the table water, but I know that it was frustrating last year for people. So again, it's great to see that they're taking on board some of the feedback that was given last year. So then the evening progressed, and there was lots of chatting, there was lots of talking, there was the catwalk was amazing. Got to see all these amazing dresses. Some of these dresses were absolutely amazing. Some of the dresses had 8 twirls done to get the fit right. I mean, that's dedication, isn't it? I gave up after 2 on my other dress, but anyway. And yeah, we were just chatting away, and the only downside I would say was the food. The food we had an issue with. So we were at one of the last tables, and it's a buffet style meal, where you go up and you obviously help yourself to the different foods, and there was like gammon, salmon, lasagna, all different types of things with potatoes and bread, etc. Now, when it got to ourselves, we were one of the last tables, and I think the last couple of tables they actually ran out of some of the food, which was really disappointing. And, you know, it was the venue's fault, really. Freya and Sarah were deeply devastated, I think, because obviously they'd arranged it, but really the catering was down to the venue itself, the city rooms, and they just didn't have enough food. Whether they didn't let people take too much, I don't know, but yeah, we were quite hungry by the end of it. I ended up eating bread and potatoes, so I was quite disappointed. We have given that feedback, and whether something gets done off the back of it, I don't know, but I want to be perfectly honest with you guys. You know, we didn't get the same service as the people that were on the first table, so that was disappointing. We didn't get, there was chocolate truffles as well that was meant to come out. We didn't get those either. They all seemed to disappear as well. So there's quite a few people that were disappointed, and luckily I'd had a big lunch that day. But some people hadn't eaten all day. And we had the lovely Jenny and Sue, who are sisters, on our table. They were just a hoot, really loved them. Met them quite a few times now at some of the craft shows. And they hadn't eaten all day, so they felt really quite unwell at the end. So it was disappointing. However, I cannot say that I didn't have an amazing time. The atmosphere, the company, we danced, we laughed. Oh, we laughed so much. It was just amazing. We just had such a good time. So we did lots of dancing as well, which was great, and I'm sure we've got some footage of that. And then the next day we got up to go and have our brunch at Kitch, or And Kitch I think it's called, which is a beautiful little cafe that does so many delicious meals. I had a biscotti pancake because I was on holiday basically, and I wore my Zadie jumpsuit and in the Lady McElroy onlookers fabric, and my heather blazer that I've got in like a lilac colour, which just went really nice, and everyone gave me lots of compliments, and everybody wanted to try on my heather blazer because they all want to make one and they all wanted to check what size they should make. But yeah, we had this little private area for the people that were on my table, and we just had such a lovely time, again just chatting, talking about the evening. Ooh. And to be honest with you, I just really didn't want to go home. But yeah, it was just a fab time. So apart from the disappointment over the food, it was absolutely fantastic. Really loved it, and I was on a high right up until everybody got sick in the house. So obviously I talked about my dress that I wore, and it was this dress. It was the Adriana dress by the Patterns Room, and this is a dress. Now I have got some plans for this. Now there won't be many places where I wear this again, so what I was thinking, to make it more wearable, I am probably going to take the top part off and attach the bottom, the top of the skirt, to an elastic, a strip of elastic, and just have it as a skirt, because I think that with a black, one of these maybe, jumper, top, t-shirt with a pair of pumps, Doc Martens, would just look really nice. So that is going to become my upcycle project for Sew Upcycle 23. So that is one of them that is going to happen. I do love it, but I will get much more wear out of making this into a skirt. So that is my plan. So that's the Dressmakers Ball. Now let me talk about the fabric that I got. So I got 3 pieces of fabric, 2 from Roy's and 1 from the market. Now I'll start with the market piece. Look how neat I am having these hung up. So this is a piece of plissé. So obviously my dress was made out of plissé, and I love plissé now, and I love leopard print, so I had to get myself this. This was £12 for 3 metres. So I can get myself something really lovely out of that. No plans, just love the blue, love the white. Think it's going to be stunning, and I don't know what I'm going to make with it. So yeah, that is my plissé. If you've never sewn with plissé, give it a try. Don't be scared of it. Next up was this satin fabric that a few of us purchased. Sarah purchased it in the same colourway as me because we have very similar colour styles, and Bex purchased it in a different colour to me, and I think this was £10 a metre, but he did me a deal on it, so I got 3 metres for £25, and it's this stunning kind of paisley print in these green and ochres, and yeah, really nice. Loads of drape to it. really nice. I was going to wait for the knitting and stitching show, but he was like, this isn't going to be left by the time you go to the knitting and stitching show. So yeah, he did his salesman patter on me and stuck me right in. So I got this. Again, I don't know what I'm going to make with this at all. I mean, part of me thinks, I used to have this, let me just give you some context here. I used to have this really nice blazer, and I've still got it actually. It doesn't fit me. But it's a ready-to-wear blazer in a floral satiny fabric like this, and just a really lightweight blazer. And I'm thinking, maybe this would be a really nice lightweight blazer with a little short set. Maybe. Yeah. That might be something I look at doing. But anyway, let's put that back. Or maybe like a Mason slip dress or something like that. Sewing by Mason. Sicily slip dress is what I meant. And then the final one I do have a plan for. And this is a jersey, an Italian jersey. Absolutely gorgeous. It's only got one way stretch. Yeah, it's not got stretch that way. But I just loved it. I love this pattern. And I want to make the Soraya jumper, which is the new jumper from Fibre Mood. So I've just purchased the Fibre Mood magazine because there's a few patterns in it that I like. I know I vowed I'd never do that again, but they're £10 a pattern now, and the magazine's 15 quid, and there was 3 patterns that I really, well 4 actually, that I really like. 2 jackets, a dress, and this. So this is the Soraya jumper, and I just love it because it's got, I'm just trying to find a picture without her wearing a scarf. It's got this really gorgeous neck, which I love. But then it's got this really gorgeous drawstring detail down the side. It's oversized and just stunning. So I thought this in that would look really nice. And because it's oversized, it won't matter too much. It's only one way stretch. And yeah, 2 meters should be enough to make that. And I just think that's going to look really, really nice. And it might even go nicely with the gold skirt as well. So those are my 3 fabrics. I can't remember how much that one was. Forgotten. I think I was pretty restrained really. I was more restrained than Bex. But she has been on a ban, to be fair, so you know, she was bound to let loose. So that was my weekend at the Dressmakers Ball. So as I say, I haven't done much sewing. The only things that I've done is stuck a few PDFs together. So one thing that I've stuck together is the Walking Boldly wide leg pants by Pattern Emporium. So these are massive pattern pieces. The great thing about this pattern is they draft for 5.5, but then on their pattern pieces they have a line for regular, which is the 5.5, and then they have a line, oh god, I can't even hold it, so big. They have a line for tall, which is plus 2 inches, so 5.7, and then they have a line for minus 2 inches, which is short. I like to say petite. Short, which is 5.3, which is the height I am. So I'm hoping I can just cut that off at 5.3 and it will fit perfectly. Let's hope. So my plans hopefully for this week, really, is to get one of these made up and the Walking Boldly pants made up in the leopard print, which I don't know where it is, the leopard print ITY jersey that I showed a couple of weeks ago in my vlog. So I'd really like to get that made up because I just want to get a quick, after being poorly and everything, I just want to get a quick win out of the way and done. So yeah, that's my plan, to get that done. And then the other thing that I have got done as well is I did manage to cut out, I say I haven't done any sewing, I have done a little bit of sewing related things, is my Elspeth dress, which is my project for my brand ambassadorship with So Confident. I managed to cut all of the fabric pieces out in the Fabric Godmother Kika, is it Kika or Kira fabric? So that's ready to go. And it's all in a nice little project box, nice and tidy. Look at me being all organised. Didn't want to lose all the zips and everything, so yeah, that's in there looking nice and tidy. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got planned for this week. Now I've got my sewing social tomorrow on Saturday, so I'm going to be taking my hopefully Walking Boldly wide leg pants and Spring in New York top with me to that, to Spring in London, sorry, top. I should be able to get that done at Sewing Social. she says, although I spend most of it talking, so probably not. And then I'm also going to take my catch-all caddy with me and progress that to the next step. I've shared before that this is a work in progress. I quilted it all at my last sewing social, so I want to move on to the next steps, which I think is doing the handles. So that's my plan for the sewing social, which should keep me nice and busy. So the other exciting thing that I've got next week is on next Saturday, I'm going to the Knitting and Stitching show, which I'm so excited about. Now, I'm actually not going to make anything new dress-wise for this. I'm going to wear, I think, my Seasons of East dress, the Ladies in the Lake, because I just got so much love for that. I felt so amazing in it. So that is what I'm going to be wearing. Jury's out whether I need to make myself a little coat for it, but I don't think I'm going to have time. But I'm going to have a little look. I've been thinking about the heather blazer, or maybe the Avid Seamstress, the blazer. I fancy wearing something over it, but yeah, I'll have to have a look, because a week's not a lot of time, is it really, to get something made up. So the only other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is some exciting news. So, you know, I mentioned earlier I'm an ambassador for So Confident. I've already done one term with them, and I'm in the second term. And I just love working with them. Jenny, who runs So Confident, is just so lovely, and the rest of her team are great as well. So we've just had announced that we've got a new brand ambassador to join myself and my other brand ambassadors, and that is actually going to be Fauve Birch from Sewing Big. I'll put a picture up, as if you don't know who she is. Oh my God. And she's going to be at the Knitting and Stitching show, and I'm now on a WhatsApp chat with her. So I feel like I've got a famous friend, which is quite sad, really. But anyway, yeah, so she's going to be a brand ambassador, so that's really exciting. But what I wanted to talk to you about was, for those of you that follow my journey, you'll know that last year I took part in the CCC, which is the Confident Capsule Collection dressmaking course, which is a 6 to 8 week course where you get all your fabrics and patterns and notions through in one go to make a capsule collection for the summer. Now, I did film my unboxing and the first couple of makes, but then life got on top of me and I got a bit behind with it, so I've still got some of them to make up. But after popular demand, Jenny has launched one for the autumn as well. So there's going to be an autumn and winter CCC course, and that is going to be coming, I think, in November time. But to promote that and get everybody in the mood and get people getting creative, getting their creative juices flowing, she is launching the CCC Challenge, which is a 3-day non-sewing sewing challenge. I know it sounds mad, it's just basically a challenge about sewing where you don't have to sew anything, and it's basically a community, an Instagram and Facebook challenge where it brings a community together. There's a 3-day challenge. So last year the first day was posting a picture of your sewing room, and then the second day was posting inspiration for fabric that you want to sew up, and all around the capsule collection. This season it'll be something different, but in the same kind of theme. And at the end of the 3 days, there is a load of prizes for the people that have entered the challenge. And then obviously at the end of it, the aim is that you've liked what you've seen and you then go on to sign up for the Dressmakers course. Obviously that's not compulsory, there's no obligation. If you join in the challenge, you don't have to sign up for the dressmaking course. You will want to, but that's a different matter. And I had so many of you last year, after the sign up closed and you saw my unboxing, just regret it that you didn't sign up for it. So I have put my link, the link to signing up for the challenge, in my notes below. Click the link and you just have to put your email address in, and all you'll do is get an email telling you about the challenge and how to enter, and you can do it on Instagram or Facebook. There's no obligation to anything, you don't have to pay anything. It's just a free challenge that is just a lot of fun. So please, please, please sign up. Okay, so I think that's all from me for now. If you don't subscribe already, please click the subscribe button. If you have liked this video, please click the like button, and I'll see you all soon. I hope you have a great week sewing. Happy sewing. Bye.